Here is how to upgrade the Ray Gun Mark II into all three of its upgraded variants on the Shattered Veil. But the first step is to get the Ray Gun Mark II. Now, this can be acquired out the mystery box, but if you don't want to chance your luck, there is a way to get a free Ray Gun Mark II every game. So to get the free Ray Gun Mark II, first you must open Pack-a-Punch. To do so, follow the orange waypoints until you're directed to get a fuse from the maintenance worker, which is a zombie found in the library. Once you've done this, follow the waypoint to Richtofen's computer in director's quarters and destroy it by shooting it, which will make a circuit board shootout. Make sure you pick that up too. Then head to the marker where you repair the elevator by going round the back and hold the interact button. This will cause the elevator to rise and open with a horde of zombies. Once you've taken care of the zombies, follow the elevator shaft down a zipline to Sam in the mainframe center. This is also where you'll find the Pack-a-Punch machine up a set of stairs. Open the door on one side of the maintenance room and you'll enter into the service tunnels. And if you start taking out zombies in the mainframe or service tunnel area, a lab technician zombie will spawn, which will drop a floppy disk once taken down. It seems this guy spawns in around round 10 onwards, so if he's not there for you, just go for a few rounds and he should spawn in. Sometimes it could be worth checking the floor for the gold glowing floppy disk, as it could have dropped without you noticing. Pick up the floppy disk and congratulations, you've got the first part. Now we need to use the floppy disk by putting it into a fax machine in the east foyer, not far from the T-Rex skeleton. You'll notice a Project Janus paper slowly coming out of the fax machine, but be careful because whilst this is happening, a bunch of vermin will spawn in. After you've taken them all out, the fax machine should have finished doing its thing and there will be a text prompt on the paper bringing up a text box with a sentence that will have a specific 4-letter word in all caps. This word can be different, so don't just copy the word in this video. Make sure you use the word in your game. Remember your 4-letter word and find the chalkboard that's in the nursery room. On this chalkboard there are groups of letters and we need to use these letters to create a 4-digit code. My word from the fax machine was crab, so I need to look for the letter C on the chalkboard. The letter C here was in a group of 7 letters, as you can see on the top right of the board, meaning that my first numerical digit is 7. Next is R, which is in a group of 8. Then A, which is in a group of 5, then B, which is in a group of 7, giving us a 4-digit code of 7857. If you head back down to the service tunnels, you'll see a doppelgast who's been trapped in a room with a glass door. Next to the door, there is a keypad which you can now interact with. Enter your 4-digit code and voila, the door will open. Take down the doppelgast that comes out and it will drop a severed arm part that you can pick up. Once you've got this, head to the armory around the corner and place the arm onto the handle next to the encased Ray Gun Mark II. And there, ladies and gentlemen, you have a free Ray Gun Mark II. Now that we have the Ray Gun Mark II, let's finally work on upgrading it. There are 3 variations of the Mark II, but we'll start with the blue Ray Gun Mark II W. Now, you might have noticed these blue crystals or rocks around the map. You need to shoot one of these with the Ray Gun Mark II and it will drop an empty canister. There are 3 of these blue rocks on the map, which can be found in the service tunnel, the conservatory, and the east foyer. And another can be found here on the southwest balcony. You'll want to then take the empty canister that will drop from one of these 3 crystals to the device near Speed Cola in Shem's Henge, the area close to where you start on the map. You know you're in the right area because it looks a little like Stonehenge. Input the canister and 1 to 2 abominations will spawn. Don't immediately take these down, but wait for them to shoot their beam, and you'll need them to direct their beam at 3 of the smaller rocks on the outside of the circle, which if they've shot at successfully will then turn them blue. Once you've turned one of these rocks blue, you'll then need to have the abomination charge towards the rock, where the abomination will shoot out an electrical charge, which will then cause the rock to float into the air. You'll need to repeat this for all 3 of the small rocks, with the abomination shooting their laser at them to get them to glow blue, and then have the abomination charge into the rock. Once all 3 rocks are floating in the air, a lockdown sequence will begin and you have to stop vermin from disrupting the power siphon. You're going to have normal zombies, parasites, and a ton of vermin spawning, and once the lockdown is completed and you've gotten to 100%, you'll be able to go back to the canister and collect an explosive canister from the device. Finally, go to the workbench in the supply depot and you'll be able to upgrade your Mark II into a Mark II W. Next up, let's do the Mark II R upgrade. The first step is you'll need to acquire a Casimir grenade, either by crafting it at the crafting table or by making your way into the service tunnel, and right here you will see a zombie body where in their hands will be an LT-53 Casimir. Once acquired, make your way to the double tap machine, which is located in the rear patio, and behind under double tap will be a zombie window barrier. You'll want to throw this grenade in front of the window, which will pull a canister that's inside the window out for you to then pick up. The next step is to collect 4 seeds from these small orange plants that can be found in various locations around the outside of the map. You need to make sure you're shooting the orange plants with the normal Mark II ray gun. If you shoot it with another gun, they'll just explode and you'll have to wait for them to grow back. You can collect seeds by destroying the plants with explosives and molotovs too, though. There's 1 plant in Shem's Henge, 1 to the left entrance of the mansion, 1 in the garden pond by the staircase next to a trap, and the 4th one is on west balcony by a tree. Once you've collected all 4 seeds, go to the conservatory and plant each seed in the planters that you can see on screen now. Once all 4 have been placed, head to the top of the staircase to put your empty canister in the device to charge it up. You'll then want to interact with each seed that was placed within the planters, and zombies will now try to attack the plants, so you have to defend each planter as the seeds grow. Each planter will take 1 to 2 minutes of protection from purple-eyed zombies, and once completed, you'll notice the seed will grow into a much bigger plant. If you've protected all 4 successfully, the canister will now turn into the toxic canister, which you can now pick up and take to the workbench near the spawn area to craft yourself the ray gun Mark II R.
Gross factor's about to go up to 11.
You had upgraded your Mark II.
All right, things getting juicy.
And lastly, here is how to get the Mark II-P. First of all, we're going to need to get the canister for this ray gun, and in order to do that, you're going to need to have tomahawks. These can be crafted at the crafting table, but there are several free ones lying around the map, such as one on this tree stump here in the spawn. Another can be found in the nursery to the side of this children's bed. And another can be found to the right of the Pack-a-Punch machine in Security Overlook. With tomahawks in hand, make your way to the service tunnel, and outside the map here, you're going to notice a pipe with gas coming out of it. There are going to be 4 gas valves, but one to the far left will be sparking gas. If it is, you can move on to the second valve, where you need to throw a tomahawk at the middle valve that's just below it, and if done correctly, should spin and start emitting gas as well. Finally, throw a tomahawk at the gas pipe with B labeled on it, and if done correctly, there will be a quote from the Samantha AI, and in the mainframe chamber, you should see that this test tube is now filling up with gas. From here, use an explosive like a Semtex on the glass, and if done correctly, the canister should appear for you to pick up. Once we've got the canister, we can now move on to the essence bomb. This can be found in one of the breakable Project Janus boxes, which are all around the map. So just look through every single POI to break every box until eventually you get the essence bomb. Once you've got the essence bomb, head down to the service tunnel area and find where the level 3 armor wall buy is, and nearby should be some rubble that looks like it could be blown up. Interact with the rubble and it will place the essence bomb down, revealing a brand new cool secret room with mysterious figures praying to a serpent-like statue in the middle. Now we have this room open, the next step is to collect 2 refractors. These refractors are pieces of purple glass that are noticeable in the fountains around the mansion. The first refractor can be found in the conservatory, and another can be found in the fountain in the southwest balcony. Once you've collected both refractors, you'll want to head back into this new secret room and place these refractors on 2 poles. One can be found just to the right of where you first enter, and if you run all the way across the room, just to the left of where you'd place the canister is going to be the second pole, which will allow you to place another refractor. You'll then want to go ahead and place the canister into this machine, and you'll now notice there will be a bunch of lights acting as a laser, and if you melee the crystal in the middle, an energy beam should float through the lasers and eventually hit this doppelganger statue, revealing one of 3 doppelgangers that you need to take out. Once that one's taken out, we'll then have to move the refractor that is closest to the entrance by meleeing it once. And as you see, it will then laser up into this cave. Once you've done that, head back to the second refractor and pick up the refractor piece that we placed down earlier. And we should now be able to go through this little cave and go up. And so we are now in this crevice here. We can place the refractor down at this brand new laser. From here, we're simply going to melee this new refractor location once. And if done correctly, it should now be shooting the laser down onto this second Doppelgast statue. So meleeing the crystal in the middle again, we'll shoot the laser around and then hit that second Doppelgast statue, spawning in another Doppelgast. For our third and final Doppelgast statue, I want to go up to the cave and pick up the refractor and place it back on the original second position, and then simply melee the first refractor a couple of times until the beam is aiming up towards the ceiling. And if it crosses through the gems on the ceiling all the way across the room, it should align to the final Doppelgast statue. And by meleeing the crystal, we'll send the energy to spawn the third and final Doppelgast, which will be a much more stronger Doppelgast. And once completed, you'll notice the serpent statue will glow. And if you go to the canister, it should now become a light canister that you'll be able to pick up. Bring this canister to the director's quarters, and in this workbench here, you'll now be able to craft the ray gun Mark II-P on the workbench. I'd love to know in the comment section below, out of these 3 Mark II upgrades, which one you think is the best in the comments. If you're looking for even more guides, Easter eggs, and tutorials, including the full main Easter egg for Shattered Veil, go ahead and click this video on screen now or check out the channel. I'll leave links to other Easter eggs below. But if this has helped you, I'd appreciate your support by liking and sharing the video with your friends and subscribing for more.